First preseason #1, that's worth at least a couple of wins, right?
Yeah, no, that's what I told the players. I said, its notoriety is probably good, but that didn't get us any first downs or interceptions or anything like that comes along with it. So we'll take it for what it's worth and we'll go on. But we still got to do our job.
How about the respect that comes with that? Obviously, you're doing something right here in the last few years to be treated like that.
Well, I think the ranking or the preseason recognition is probably more of a reflection of what we have done. Yeah, to be honest with you, as opposed to what kind of team we have this year. But yeah, it is good to have the recognition. Good to be the fact that we're defending CAA champions. And that's a pretty big thing. And I'm sure that's what that's a big part of why we're ranked where we are right now, or picked where we are right now.
Coach, to get Jake back on defense, how big will that be?
Having Jake Tranton back not only solidifies our defense, but having him inside, you've got a guy that can make all the calls, can make all the adjustments, and knows the defense inside and out, recognizes offenses very well. It also allows us to probably utilize Dante Cook more and putting him on the outside. Dante played the middle position last year and really did a nice job, but I think he can even do better on the outside, can be more of a game breaker in that regard, so I think it really adds more flexibility to us defensively.
How will that make Dante better? Because you mentioned playing middle, he played good, but it gives him now more flexibility? Especially
because Dante's speed in coverage and his ability coming off the edge. We can flip-flop him either side and kind of bring him off the outside, and I know we didn't do too well blocking him in the spring. I mean, that's a tough person coming off there at you. So, and Dante has a nice knack for rushing the passer.
What else about the quarterback situation? I know last year was a little different, but this year it seems like it's more solid.
It's different this year than last year, but different in a different way. But Mike Paulus is coming back from the shoulder. We'll see how he goes, and really that's going to kind of determine how the quarterback position plays out. Is how Mike does physically and how he handles mentally, playing the quarterback. I mean, he got to play some last year and at times did very well. At times was a little inconsistent. So we're going to give him a shot, see what he can do here in preseason. But we've got some other guys that are right there with him that are going to compete too. And how open we make the competition will kind of be determined about how well Mike does right from the beginning physically.
Coach, UVA, that first game, you guys go in and beat them 2 years ago. Obviously, they get another shot at you guys. Just talk about going in there and opening up your season in Charlotte.
Well, I mean, this is a different team than 2 years ago. We've got a different team. They've got a different team. And so really, I don't think that relates much at all. I got a lot of respect for the program they run up here. I know Mike very well, and he does a heck of a job. And, it'll be certainly a challenge, and it'll be certainly something that our players have to maintain a focus on as they go into preseason, because again, that's a tough way to start your season. That's a tough opener, and I know they'll be ready for us, and I just hope we can get ourselves ready.
Your expectations for Jonathan Grimes?
Well, I want to get the ball to John in a lot of ways, whether it's a tailback, whether it's splitting him out, or whether it's in the kicking game and all that. But I have a very high opinion of John as a football player and as a person. He's got great work ethic, great ability, and we want to get him the football as well as we can without wearing him down.
You had a great year last year. It ended up with a loss in the first round. Is that taste still kind of in your mouth, the players now?
I don't even remember much about that. No, that's pretty well gone, really. It's kind of gone. We went through spring practice, and there was a lot of circumstances involved in that game. But we had a heck of a year. But that was last year. That was last year's team. This is a whole new team, whole new year, and that's what I talk to the players about. I mean, you can forget about all this stuff last year, whether we won, whether we lost, what we did or what we didn't do. This is a new team, and it's up to them to determine what kind of team we're going to have right now. And right now, we haven't won any games, and so let's go to work and see how we can go.
Can you talk about your relationship a little bit more with Coach London? I mean, back when he was original, he speaks so highly of you. Can you just talk about your relationship with Coach London?
Well, I don't think I've ever hired a person who was off the police force as an assistant coach. That's probably the first one I've ever done that to. But it worked out pretty well. It worked out well. Mike did a good job here. He learned and moved on very well. And I have a lot of respect for him. He's a good person, good family man, and has done very well as a coach. And I'm sure he'll continue to do well for Virginia.
You've been working hard, obviously, for months, but what's it like just to get back out here on the field, getting ready to go right now?
Well, it's always it's always kind of exciting, I think, to kind of see these guys and see what kind of work they did over the summer, see what kind of progress they made, and get them back in there. Everybody's in a good mood when you start practice right away. Everybody's happy, everybody's in a good mood, players, coaches. Then after about a week and a half, everybody starts getting grumpy and mad and down on everything and all that stuff. So I kind of like the beginning better than I do 2 weeks in.